Hi, this is Nikki. I just thought I would show you this sort of wedding theme junk journal. I made one for myself a few years back when I got married, and I made one for a friend, and I was recently given some wedding magazines, so I thought I would make another one just to sell. On the front, this is I think this is K&Co paper. Just really pretty, sort of a classic fleur-de-lis design. It's one of my usual spiral bound books, and I've put on the front here coffee dyed doily paper one, made a sign with a rub on that says hear the story. Now they're K&Co, a wooden word here that says love, and these are some vintage doilies, and I've just layered them up and just put a little flat back pearl in the middle. This was some vintage trim I had that I'd covered the back of the part of the spine and the front cover with, and then the back's just got some plain trim on the back, and this was another K&Co rub-on, which I thought was lovely, just a little dove flying, and I've Mod Podged over the top of that to stop it rubbing off. Inside I've left it pretty much plain there, but with a pocket there to tuck things in. I made a little pocket here and put some little tags in, and I've divided the book up into sort of 4 categories. So this one's like engagement, our story, getting together, and I've collaged a beautiful picture here with an engagement ring and bits and pieces from a stash. I think that might have been a K&Co. This was from a vintage magazine, I think it was, and it's how Silas popped the question again, which I thought was quite nice. Some little love letters. This was Teresa Collins, I think. And then here I put the definition from an old dictionary of propose, and on the inside here there's a big pocket. I've put one of the Adore tickets from Tim Holtz, collaged a sort of engagement picture there from times gone past, happy hearts, that's definitely K&Co, picture of a couple, be mine, definition of love. And inside here I've just put a few, that's a journaling card and an index card, and there I've put that's a rub-on of a couple hugging like they're engaged, you know, to go with that theme. This was an old postcard. It says this is the colour of my heart, so I've left that. This was I think again this is it Heidi Swap? I think it's Teresa Collins. So it's like first date, first kiss, first I love you. This was from an old journal about a proposal, so I've put that in and just together there. And then on the back it had a beautiful picture of the flowers. I just didn't want to cover them up, but I mean, you know, whoever gets the book obviously can do what they like with it. I put here, made an envelope, and I put just a little journaling card that says you and me inside, and this big clip here is Anna Griffin one, which I thought went quite nicely. Nice postcard of a couple talking. This was from one of the wedding magazines about wedding traditions through the ages, so I've put that in because obviously it makes sense. And on the back was a picture of a dad or an uncle, you know, at a wedding. Picked this was like good luck, heartfelt congratulations, so it looked like they weren't getting engaged. That's a copy of a vintage postcard. And here this is an envelope I've made, and it talks about the engagement ring, traditions of the man getting down on one knee sort of thing. And then on the other side this was some advertising for a local jewellers, and so I put the blingy rings on there. And in here I've just put a tag there to write down about you choosing your engagement ring. Just a page here was to write notes, and again on the back of there some beautiful flowers, so I've just left that very plain. Just some ordinary paper here, and I've just put a little tab that says the date, and just collage some wedding shoes on it there. Here I've collaged some pictures from the magazine about wedding days and flowers and things, because obviously that's quite appropriate. And then there's plenty of room for notes if you've got thoughts of your wedding. And there's a copy of a vintage postcard there of a man celebrating. Just some nice paper there, and I've made a little vellum envelope there with a little journaling spot that says a love note. So put that in. And this is like from the magazines, a countdown to the big day once you're engaged, 3 months before, a month before, a week before, those type of things, which I thought might be useful. This is some vintage wrapping paper, which I thought was beautiful. I kept it, I think it was from a friend who got married about 20 odd years ago, and it was a bit left over, so I thought, oh well, that goes in, you know, talking about presents to have and to hold. There's the female equivalent of that vintage postcard, with the lady holding up a glass. So now I'm into arranging your sort of wedding. So this has got save the date, love, to wed, definition of to wed, sorry. This lady here was holding some beautiful flowers, and it says, you hold the key to my heart, and a little heart. So I've decoupaged and laid that up. This is the definition of cherish, and here I put some flowers, a vintage sort of picture of hearts, and I put you make my heart sing. And here's a picture, I think this was from the National Trust magazine actually, of an old wedding party, and I just put that in, a little butterfly. In the pocket here we've got another one of those journaling cards from, I think it's who did we decide, Teresa Collins, and I made an envelope here out of some scrap paper that's all hearts and things to tuck receipts in, or ideas, things like that for your wedding. This is a postcard of a Norman Rockwell painting, The Marriage License. Again, some more vintage wrapping paper, and as a picture there, choosing her shoes on her wedding day. And in here, this is this again was from the wedding magazines, about a budget checklist. So it talks about the announcements, the invitations, just put save the date on it, hair, shoes. It just lists all the things really to think about when you're organising your wedding. This was from an old calendar, and I made an envelope out of it as a lady in her wedding dress looking out the window. And inside here I've put a journaling card, a Prima one, and it's like the best moment. So it's like, you know, thinking about what you want to wear, maybe trying on wedding dresses, those type of things. And then is continued with that budget list here, photographer, reception, just give you some ideas, money to spend. I've put a little car on there because it talks about transport to the wedding. Notes, more, this was at a different journal I had, it was about budgets, date, details, amount, so I put that in because obviously there's a lot of expense to think about. Another envelope I've made there is some pretty heart paper, again just took receipts in. And the other thing is as well, obviously, you know, magazine articles, when you're planning a wedding, you're reading all sorts of things, you're given leaflets for places, that type of thing. So this is a page I've collaged here. This was a bit from that magazine about your flower checklist. So I've put some K&Co flowers there. This was from a magazine, so I put this is love, and just an old ticket that says admission on it. Wedding ring picture, so I've just put there, count your blessings. This bit here, so some pictures from the magazine again. So what I've done, I've made a pocket with them, and in here I've put some index cards, little tag, what's this? Oh, these are all from Smash book range, you know, so these are like great blogs, food to remember if you wanted something specific for your wedding, what I wore for, decorative details, great gifts as well, because obviously you've got to think about your your gift list, if you're going to do that. Then more notes here. And that was a beautiful picture. Look at that from the wedding magazine, Ideal of Invitation. So this was about other stationery things to think about, like your order service, place cards. As a save the date card, that was from the Teresa Collins range. This was some formats of wedding invitations, so I put that in, and there's some room for notes on the back. Copy of a vintage postcard there with some carnations on, which are very wedding-y. I put these from a different journal, useful addresses, you know, like where you get your dress from, seeing your photographer, hairdresser, all the usual stuff. Loved this picture of this wedding cake, again from the magazine. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. And so I've stuck some paper on the back of there that says notes. This here, it was again from the Teresa Collins, so it says bridesmaid and groomsman, so I've put that in. And then on the back there is a definition from a children's dictionary about the bride and the bridegroom. This was from a journal here about organising a party. We've got the guests, so I put that in. And again, I've collaged some pictures here, and this is a K&Co says, and it says, all that is good and sweet and true has come to me because of you. So I thought that was rather nice, rather apt in the wedding theme. And this is all about guests. So I've put all the details in there. Talks about their address, RSVP, what gifts are brought, numbering the party, thank yous. Just as a checklist. Some people, you know, if you're organising a big wedding, you need it, don't you? This was a postcard I'd had for about 20 odd years, which I thought was so pretty. To look at the little bridesmaid picking up the worm and a dad pulling her back. So just thought it was quite appropriate. There's a picture from the wedding magazine, and this was from some, it was an advert for some wedding day stamps, so I put that in. Right, so we're into the wedding now. So I've put here love, beautiful flowers. Look, I've a little picture of a couple there, marriage, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And this is the definition of marry, marriage, and marriageable. Inside on the pocket then, I've put another picture there, another envelope I've made, and this again is from the Teresa Collins range. So I put that in there because you might want to make sure you've got your old, new, borrowed blue. You are the love of my life, so I've made a little pocket with that. And again, put some of those little journaling notes in there from the Teresa Collins range. A little bit of leftover paper, a little stamp here which I really loved. It's got a little heart in the middle of it. There's a picture of those beautiful wedding shoes, and I've made a little pocket here with a little tag in it. Next page is all about getting ready, my bouquet. This was a vintage picture of a lady getting ready on a wedding day. Isn't it gorgeous? Beautiful. So I've put there on the back, noted, getting ready. And this is a rub-on of a lady waiting to get married, about the veil and the headpiece, shoes, jewellery, something old, something new. This was a beautiful picture of a little girl waiting to be bridesmaid at a wedding. So it says the reception, location, getting to the reception, so organising your cars. Another envelope I've made there, again, for receipts and things. Some pictures of some beautiful champagne glasses. And then there's a bride on the back of there. So it's about, you know, your wedding favours, the lighting at your wedding. Stuck some more pictures on there just to collage it up a bit. And the wedding cake, the toast, who's making the toast. Here, these were all things from the magazine, so I've cut them out. Look how the church could look. Bridesmaids, wedding cake, flowers, another wedding cake picture there. Thinking about the colour scheme, centerpieces, table linens. And there's that little teddy bear dressed up as a bridesmaid, and she's trying on one of the top hats, which I thought was lovely. The menu, the wine. So just sort of things to think about for your day, the music, your first, what you're going to do at your first dance, what music. Another beautiful bouquet. And look at that little girl there, isn't she gorgeous? So here, these were from the Teresa Collins one, a note from the bride and a note from the groom. So just your thoughts on your wedding day, you know, something as a memento to keep, or leading up to your wedding day even. More notes, there's a sort of a wedding-y picture. And here we go, I've put a postcard in here, a copy of a vintage postcard that says accept the congratulations. And look, isn't it beautiful? Beautiful bride and doves, and I thought that was lovely. So this one is after the wedding, so this is your honeymoon planner, and I've put the definition of honeymoon, put some stamps, sort of travel theme from around the world, be happy, love this. Another postage stamp there with a heart on. And so this is about your future sort of thing. So look, I've got today and tomorrow, picture of a heart, some suitcases and days of the week, dream. So I put a card in here, that's from the Prima, isn't it? True story. What matters most about booking your honeymoon, where you want to go, what do you want to do, apart from the obvious. Live life now. So this is like choosing your destination. What was your choices, final decision, journey, when and where you're going. Again, I've sort of decoupage some bits on there. Travel details, that's from a travel journal. Planning and packing, some more journaling. Places to visit, you know, so if you're going somewhere and you want to visit some specific places. Just some general notes. This one here says Our Life Together, again from the Teresa Collins range, and this was from a different journal. It says our hopes and dreams for our future together. Again, with a pocket at the back. So I was thinking that's quite a nice little journal for somebody who's just got engaged or thinking about getting engaged and planning their wedding. So please feel free to leave any comments. Thank you.